Hello everyone and welcome to System Hoppers, the actual play podcast when we can never decide what we want to play. My name's Mark, and join me and my friends Tolbin, Vicky and Steve, as today we're gathering our duality dice and exploring the Sablewood as we play Daggerheart. Daggerheart is a fantasy role-playing game published by Darrington Press in 2025, designed to try to prioritise storytelling as well as having fun tactical combat. Players are going to create adventurers in the world, and they'll do this by combining an ancestry, such as human, elf, orc, and then a community, which will describe the kind of upbringing they've had, such as Orderborn if they've come from the city, Slyborn if they're more criminally inclined, or Wonderborn if they're from a more nomadic people, as a few examples. They'll then select a class that helps define the kind of skills they have. These are more like your typical fantasy TTRPG classes: Bard, Wizard, Warrior. Each class will also give players access to 2 different domains, with some of them all having a little bit of overlap between them. Within these domains will give you some of your core abilities and your class-specific skills. These different selections of your ancestry, your community, and your class can give you such a wide range of skills to interact with the game and really make a fun, unique character. They'll also have 6 core traits to put some numbers into, these being agility, strength, finesse, instinct, presence, and knowledge, to help show what they're good, or not so good at. That's all the standard fantasy stuff so far, so let's talk about differences. When you want to make a check for something in Daggerheart, you'll take 2 d12s and you'll use them to resolve the roll. These are known as your duality dice. You'll have to pick 2 different ones though, as one of them you'll designate as your hope die, and the other is your fear die. A skill roll in this game is simply rolling both dice, adding on any relevant modifiers, and then announcing the number. You'll also need to look at which die rolled higher over the 2, and that'll announce if you've rolled with hope or with fear, depending on the respective die, to beat the number set by the GM. For example, say you need to roll a 14 to quickly climb a rocky hill. If you roll a 10 on your hope die and a 5 on your fear die, and let's say you have no extra mods, you'd add those together and say you rolled a 15 with hope. In terms of outcomes, this means for a given roll, you can pass the check with hope, pass the check with fear, fail the check with hope, or fail the check with fear. Or, if you roll 2 of the same number, that's also a critical success. Any roll with hope means that even if the action wasn't successful, things usually work out in the player's favour or aren't as bad, and rolling with hope lets the player gain a hope point, which lets them use different features from their class and abilities. Rolling with fear, inversely, usually results in some kind of snag, and failing with fear being the worst possible outcome. The GM also gains a fear point anytime the players roll with fear, which lets them make GM moves to shift the danger or let enemies use abilities, or anything really to add complications for the PCs in a scene. PCs will also have a few resource pools to worry about. Health is measured through hit points, but pools tend to be much smaller in this game. Each character will have damage thresholds that determine if damage does 1, 2, or a maximum 3 hit points of damage if they take a hit. They'll also have some armor points. Heavier armor tends to limit your stats or make you easier to hit, but gives you more armor points, and these can be used to lower damage. So if you take major damage and would normally lose 2 hit points, you can instead mark a single hit point and mark an armor slot. And finally, they'll have stress. This is usually used to use specific abilities the players have, but they can also mark stress when they fail a roll or in bad circumstances. We'll cover specifics and combat rules when they come up, but the main focus of this game is the balance between the PCs gaining and spending hope, and the GM using fear to make moves themselves, with the focus ideally being on telling an interesting story. The adventure we'll be playing today is from the Quick Start adventure, Into the Sablewood, with the players making their own characters ahead of time. I have talked to my players beforehand and we discussed lines and veils in terms of content. We also play with an X card rule in place in case players weren't happy with any of the subject nature or wanted to voice any concerns. Finally, we do our best to get the rules right, but there may be some cases where we get them slightly wrong, but that never stops us from enjoying the game. So now let's get underway, meet the players, and meet the characters they'll be playing. Hello everyone and welcome to System Hoppers. Today we're going to be playing some Daggerheart. We are going to be playing the Quick Start adventure. What we're going to do is we're going to go around and I'm going to get everyone to introduce themselves, explain a bit about their character, just explain kind of like an initial snapshot, and then we're going to go through and do the character building questions to define some relationships, work out why you guys are traveling together and what connects this kind of group together. Tolbin, do you want to start us off?
Hi, I'm Tolbin, long-time listener, probably a millionth time player at this point. Yeah, I've been playing tabletop RPGs for a little bit. I'm on the old Twitch streams every now and then when I get a chance to. My character, I'm playing half giant, half infernus, spooky boy from the woods.
Intriguing.
Wonderful.
I think that gives a good, like, ooh.
Yeah? Who wants to go next? Steve or Vicky?
Ladies first.
Hi, I'm Vicky. This is my second time playing on System Hoppers. I am playing a Emberkin guild. What's it called? Assassin person.
I'm actually looking at like a name badge doing that then. But assassin. Nice.
Assassin.
People don't call themselves
Executioner's Guild. There we go. Executioner's Guild Assassin.
And Steve, who are you playing? Or who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Steve. I've been here many a time. I am playing a Seaborn Fawn Warlock.
Ooh.
Pirate Robin Hood.
So have you got, 4 questions on your sheet? Should we do like 3 of them each and then...
3 connections.
Yeah, should we just do those just to establish what our... If you guys are doing that, you probably would have travelled together or you'd been assigned on this mission. Because
Sure.
the powers that be would deem you worthy for it.
The powers that be probably don't like me, so I'm probably not assigned jobs. I probably just take jobs.
Nice.
You have some degree of trustworthiness isn't the word I want, but like sway over
Reputation.
Yeah. But should we go through those? Do you want to start, Tolbin? What are your...
Sure. My first question, I think, is what promise did you make me agree to should you die on the battlefield? Interessant.
Oh, I have this. Burn me and send me back to my people.
Burn the body!
Is Josh doing a second question, or do you want me to do one of mine?
Yeah, do you want to do one each and then?
There's 2 that I know I want to use. So, I once did something very foolish, and you've never let me live it down. What was it? In character, please.
God damn it.
I am a little chaos gremlin. There's a lot of scope.
Possibly you got incredibly drunk and being fawn and like sheep and goat like, you accidentally made out with a sheep thinking it was a person.
Oh no. I mean, I have a patron that would absolutely be like, "Yeah, that's a real hot person you're making out with there." I'm like, bet.
Okay. My question is, you once asked me to do something that keeps you up at night. What was it?
Ooh, I'll take this one. I tried to fuck over a noble, and it backfired horrifically. Made them a lot more powerful and dangerous, and I couldn't figure out a way to deal with it, so I had you murder them. Despite it going against my code, personally.
And that's why it keeps you up awake, because you're like, oh shit, that was...
You did a murder.
I commissioned a murder.
Oh, I feel bad because I paid for murder. And then should we each do another one of our questions for the other person, I guess? I think everyone kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve,
Hello.
why'd you ask me so many questions about my god?
Because my god is very different to your god, and I am just deeply curious because I am not a religious person.
Okay.
Vicky,
Hi.
I confide in you about what my patron says and does. Why?
I'm going to go with, because your patron puts a lot of chaotic and, in your opinion, fucked up things in your head. And because of who I am, you see that I do a lot of fucked up things in what you perceive as fucked up things. So you're trying to see whether you're my level of fucked up or not as bad as, murdering people for money level of fucked up.
Cool. I've cliff noted that into my patron puts a lot of chaotic / fucked up stuff in my head, so it's a test of how fucked up I am.
Yeah, like a morality test.
a benchmarking of chaos.
The thing about chaos is it's very easily measurable.
Not the Jessica Rabbit test.
And Vicky, have you got one more question for?
I
Yeah.
think it's me.
It's Tolbin.
It's me.
What secret about myself did I tell you, and how did it change your view of me?
Despite all of the dark and aggressive nature of your job and role, your favourite flowers are snowdrops. Because they mean protection. Ooh.
Oh, he knows his flower.
I watched the film Stardust.
Robert De Niro as a pirate captain in drag is going to be.
We have got a pirate captain.
Yeah. It's not the villain that I was going to make, but it's the villain I need. So yeah, I kind of already spoke to Tolbin about this, but I was saying as kind of a forest, I don't know what the term is, like forest guardian of sorts, you'd probably have been the initial person they kind of guardian, the initial person that kind of got offered this job. I don't know if you would have recruited the others, or like I said, or if maybe they would have been recruited by the king. I'll kind of let you guys decide on that. What kind of led you here?
I don't know whether you guys would be sort of down for the idea, but I like the idea of possibly I have been given this like job to do, and maybe on my way out of the sort of local city or whatnot, the pair of you are being chased by guards or something, and I kind of using the king's favor, I'm like, oh no, these two are with me, they're sorting out this important task decreed by the king.
Official degree.
Yeah,
I'm very on board with that. I would also view it as a wonderful way to potentially fuck over the king, so
something like that maybe.
Yep, sounds good with me.
I'm very happy with that.
Lovely.
Yeah, so you would know that Marlowe Fairwind, the right-hand sorcerer of King Emerus, has essentially gathered you to deliver this unknown and sealed package to the town of Hush, a small village within the ancient forest of the Sablewood. The crate is large, heavy, and sealed with magic, addressed to the Whitefire Arcanist. You've been given a map and a carriage when promised a reward upon your arrival. But you'd probably have heard rumours that things aren't quite as calm as they usually have been. But you won't really have known specifically why or what's going on with that.
Yeah, no, I would say potentially kind of not sort of spending an awful lot of time in one specific area, so I'm able to. I'm quite well travelled in terms of how far I've gone, but the time spent in those locations isn't enough, I would say, to be like, oh, I know every rock and stone and creature here. You know, I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd also know, yeah, the Sablewood is essentially a seemingly endless forest of dark trees. People who live in the Sablewood, the gods themselves, people have forgotten their names, so they just worship the forgotten gods. You'd probably also know it's quite famous for its unique hybrid animals. Lemur toads, tiger elk, alligators.
Turtle doves.
Oh, I hate that.
Cat squirrels are also on here. Yeah, and there's a small little village known as Hush, which is your kind of location. It's like a place that's generally warded to have been protected. You don't know who this Whitefire Arcanist is. You just know the title. So our story begins in the evening. Your party have finally made it to, well, partway through the Sablewood, a sprawling forest of colossal trees that some say are older than the forgotten gods themselves. It is a place renowned for two things: its sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many travelling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, within your carriage, you can hear strange sounds outside. The low calls of lark moths, the croak of lemur toads, and a skittering family of fox bats run by past the camera. Who is driving the carriage?
I'll be doing that, as no one else put themselves forward quickly.
Yeah. I'll start then. So you've noticed something unique about the looks of the trees in the Sablewood. Tell me what it is.
Oh.
I'm pitching it to you.
They are eerily still, despite the breeze I can feel.
Yeah, they're very tall. It's very off-putting. We're probably coming into spring, but you're not really a forest person, are you?
I'm a sea person. This means nothing to me.
So yeah, as the horse pulls the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel just comes off the ground ever so slightly, and then a bit up ahead, the horse spots it, and then kind of you see the horse seems to have stopped slightly as you see an overturned merchant's cart sideways on the path before you. A scattering of fruits and vegetables littered the trail, and from around the side of the carriage you see a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of a wolf, the face of an owl, and wings on its back. It seems to be chewing something, like a hand in its mouth, and it kind of stares at you, curiously judging you from afar. Then, as you're kind of looking at it, you hear a rattling and a rumbling, as you see behind it are two small pups kind of fall out as well. Everyone in the carriage as well, you feel the carriage just come to a stop.
Oh.
Why are we stopping?
There's a bit of free food out there if you fancy fighting a wolf of some kind.
Well, let us try and shoo it off first before we...
Also, there's a tipped-over merchant caravan. I should probably have led with that one.
Well, let's shoo off whatever is in front of us first, and then we can look through what's in that cart.
I'll say you're a ways away.
I mean, the horse is probably not going to want to shoot. We can probably spook it off, right?
Yeah, I think we could.
There's a couple of babies and I assume, mom.
Oh, there's babies there as well.
Whoa. You can't be killing a mother when there's babies.
When did I say?
You said free food.
Yeah, there's vegetables all over the floor. You fucking psychopath.
That is not what you implied.
I said there's free food if you don't mind chasing off a wolf.
You did not. That's not what you implied at all.
I wonder if there are some mushrooms in there for a lovely stroganoff later. As I'll slowly lumber out the back of the cart.
Yeah, you're relatively tall, aren't you?
I'm 8.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
Jesus
I'll say
Christ.
this. You see, as soon as you get out the kind of cart, I think the cart kind of moves slightly as you get out the back. You see this kind of wolf kind of perched down. Looks like it's kind of just staring at you, kind of sizing you up, as you see one of its kind of pups has still kind of got its head in a sack of potatoes, and the others are kind of they seem to be this cart's over on its side. As the kind of mother's looking at you, you see this hand just fall out of its mouth and kind of land on the path in front of you. But
It's the Sablewood that we're in at the minute. Is it quite dense and dark?
it's probably about 5-6 p.m, so there's still some sunlight, but you're getting into the evening a little bit. But because of how thick the tree line is, not a lot of light can always pierce the canopy, so it's not as well lit as you'd think it would be for the time of day it is. But there's still sunlight coming through.
I would say then, as I'm sort of pulling out around the side of the cart towards this Strix wolf, you just kind of, what it sees first is the glowing green eyes, and then what look like tear streaks from the eyes down the sides of the chin into the same sort of green coloured pattern across the arms and sort of top of chest that you can see from from Laz's shirt that's open. Sort of looks over to the sort of wolf and goes, "I believe you've all had your fill. Time to leave."
Yeah, I think we'll call for our first dice roll. I think that's a presence roll. I think. Do you think?
I'm happy for it to be a presence roll. Would you allow me to infer we're not... we don't want to harm them, but that's a possibility.
Are you trying to intimidate this wolf?
I am, yes, I am, yes.
I'd say if you want to try and I'll say presence if you want to kind of be a bit more show you're not a threat, but if you want to try and boom yourself up, like maybe a strength roll, maybe.
Sure.
You know, to like make yourself physically imposing,
Sure.
depending which way you want to tackle about this.
Because it's intimidation, and I'm part Infernus. I get advantage on intimidating
Oh, okay.
hostile creatures. Would you say it's hostile?
I wouldn't say this is hostile yet.
Okay, that's fine. Yet, okay.
You know, it's not. You've not. There's a bit of animosity at the minute. I think it's just sizing you
No,
up.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just a flat roll
Yeah.
with my
So you roll-
strength. Is that correct? My 2d12, my duality dice, and then add on my strength.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a 9 on my fear dice and an 11 on my hope dice for a non-natural 20 plus 2 for a 22 with hope.
There's a gain of hope.
That is a fucking stellar first roll.
That's a great first
Yeah.
roll, isn't it?
We're off to a good
Whoa.
start. Yeah, so I'll say you kind of do that. Are you kind of walking up to it as you do this, or are you really just staying back first?
I will walk up, but I'm moving. I'm not moving fast. I'm sort of lumbering across. I'm kind of maybe sort of like close range to it, not like super far.
Yeah. Yeah, as you start to approach it, it kind of takes a couple steps back as it lets out this kind of hoot howl. Ooh. You'd probably know. I think this is in your, because you're kind of well traveled enough. I think you can probably get the idea that it's probably calling to a mate, but not to kind of call it to anger it, more just calling out. You don't know if they're communicating. Almost as if it's like calling out to another, some other Strixwolf amongst the forest. As you walk up to it, it kind of rears back a little bit, but I think you realise not in a way to try and cause any kind of attack on you, more just like reading in to put a barrier between you and its pups.
Yep.
She kind of gives you a last snarl as she leans down, and you see her pups kind of climbing onto her back, almost like, well, like possums do.
Yep. I imagine the one that was in the potato bag still has a potato.
Yeah. But as these pups don't really seem to understand the danger that their mother perceives them as being in. What are the others? What are you doing? Are you watching this happen?
I will just sort of stand up at the front of the wagon, sort of unfurl my whip, and just sort of stay ready to move, but not actively doing anything as of yet.
Do you want to describe yourself as well? Is it Radan?
Radan. So yeah, I'm probably about 5'6", 5'7", dressed in sort of, it's like leather armor, but sort of more designed for sea use, very strappy and whatnot. A cutlass and a whip at my side, sort of long horns that sort of like flow back behind my head.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Titania.
Titanya.
Making sure I pronounce these right.
I am going to get out the cart, and I will. So she called out to a mate, but there was no response, right?
No response. What do you look like as well?
I am sort of 5 foot nothing.
I am so tall.
Very athletically built, completely clad neck down in black leather armor that has very thin veins of red through it when it hits the light.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson skin that is basically only really visible on the face, and hair that starts dark at the roots and sort of fades through reds, oranges, and yellows. And when she swishes her hair, it looks like she's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to tell what direction the Strixwolf was aiming this howl?
I'm going to say from where you are, it almost seems like, because of how dense the canopy is, I think it's almost just howling up, and the sound just seems to carry around. You get the feeling this is a creature that knows the acoustics of this place well, that it'll be heard. It's not aiming it in a specific direction.
I want to slowly approach.
Yeah.
And I will take a piece of jerky out of my bag, and I will sort of throw it in a direction away from us, further into the undergrowth.
Mm-hmm.
And see if the Strix wolf, I need to put my teeth in, will take the bait.
Make a presence roll on that.
Okay. Presence is just a flat for me. So
Also, I have free fear. I know I have a tracker for it.
great. So that is a 7 with fear.
Okay, I gain a fear. Lazare.
Yep.
As you're kind of like, as you see this, these pups kind of climbing onto the back of the Strix mother, you see this kind of piece of jerky kind of flail past your head and kind of go into the brush to your side. That was a failure of fear, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The birds are getting awfully close this evening.
This Strix wolf kind of snarls at you, Titanya, with this kind of like baring its teeth at you. I'm going to say take a stress from that.
Ooh.
That's just fucking rude.
While you're kind of looking at each other, you both see the Strix mother kind of leans up and she just leaps onto the branch of like a nearby tree, let's say. Still kind of watching you, but more just looking after her pups first and foremost.
Play around with this thing all evening, or you're going to get rid of it?
Well, she's out of the way.
Go move the cart.
There's no need to talk like that. That's a bit short.
Everybody is short compared to you.
That is true. I lumber over.
Is that because you're the size of a tree?
I'm not far off, to be fair.
Yeah, and you walk into the car.
Yes. Yeah. How big is the car itself? Is it the similar size to ours?
It's a bit bigger. It almost looks like a merchant's cart as you're approaching it.
Right.
It's overturned, and yeah, you can see produce like potatoes, fruits, and all that just spilled across the road. Can you make me a what's the perceived instinct?
Sure.
Make me an instinct roll.
I shall roll. I have a +1. Oh! Okay, so that's a 1 on my fear dice and a 12 on my hope dice. 13 plus the 1, 14 for instinct.
With hope, yeah.
With hope, yes. 14 with hope, yes. Sorry.
You see this hand that's the severed hand in the road that the Strix Wolf dropped. You also, as you walk up to it, you can't quite, from where it's overturned, you can't necessarily see any other people, but you do see this thorny bramble like line that is tangled around the wheel of the carriage and like sewn across the road. Like it's like trapped, it's like wrapped around one of the spokes of the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Radan, are you staying by the cart?
Yes, I'm still on the car, yeah.
Cool. Titanya?
I'll be sort of in the middle between the two.
I turn to the other side. I would be wary. There seems to be some hijinks happening on the road. As I point out the sort of bramble that's entrapped the wheel. But then also find some lovely, a variety of mushrooms for mushroom stroganoff.
Yeah.
Also, how... it's slightly bigger than ours. Can I attempt to move the cart as well? Is that...
Yeah. While you're doing that, Radan, can you make me an instinct roll?
I'd love to.
I'll say is you've got the most oversight over this entire scene.
So that is a 8 on the hope, 5 on the fear with a lovely +1, so that's a 14.
14 was the DC for this.
Lovely, 14 with hope.
With hope, cool. As you see Lazare start to like push this car and almost like do that, Titania kind of overseeing what's happening. You have this weird feeling that you're being watched. Something feels really weird here, especially as this brambling gets pointed out. You hear the sound of a branch snapping, and as you turn, you suddenly spot 4 of these like small frog folk. They're not together, but you spot them almost. You spot one, and then you glance over, and you can realize there's 4 of these like frog folk things that are kind of all around, like sneaking up on your party.
Gang, we've got company.
Have they come for some stroganoff as well?
I think if you're the stroganoff, yes.
They are Thistle folk, but I don't know if you guys would know necessarily. Like they're like people that live here in the Sablewood. You get the drop on them. As you see, they're all kind of moving into position. You call out, and then they kind of realize they've been made. You guys have the initiative. Radana, do you want to start, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen them first.
I've seen them.
I've got hold of a cart.
3 of them look kind of these like small little kind of rank and file. There is one looks slightest wearing kind of rags, but has a hood, has almost like a few vials and bits over its person that you can see. I wouldn't say it looks like it's more in charge, but it looks different than the others up. And oh no, he has this the others all have these kind of little like shivs, and this one has a bit more of like a serrated knife. Yeah, the one on the left side of your cart, and the other 3 are kind of all around your group.
Yeah. I will focus on the one that looks different to the rest. I will glance at them. I'm going to use my Voice of Dread ability. So you magically speak directly into the ears of a creature you can see to torment them with your words. Make a spellcast roll against them.
What words do you say to torment them directly?
My specific words are, do you know, on the sea, we used to eat frogs' legs as a delicacy? That is a 5 on hope, 11 on fear, for an 18 with fear.
Yeah, that'll... I gain a fear for that, right?
You do gain fear for that. They mark as stress, and they become temporarily vulnerable. So everyone now has advantage on them.
Excellent.
As you see this creature kind of... as you say that, this creature kind of like almost puts its hands on its head slightly, as almost like can't perceive that you... struggles to perceive that you're whispering to it. It's like, as it kind of barks something at you, like, to the others, that kind of starts to move in. And I got a fear for that, didn't I?
You did.
Mm-hmm. Spotlight is yours, baby.
You see it. This one kind of barks something in this like language. You see these are like, yeah, almost like small like frog folk that like move through the undergrowth. Like they're wearing like leaves and like clothes that have kind of put together themselves. This one seems to bark some orders at the other as it seems to move up, and it's going to hop onto the cart, like scamper up. It's going to hop onto the cart next to you, Radan.
Oh.
There, it shouts something to the others. As I'm going to spend I've got 5 fear. I'm going to spend a fear. As you see, Radan, as it scuttles down, it takes these 2 vials out, smacks them together, and then is going to attempt to kind of use the explosion to like frost into you, almost trying to get you off the cart.
It's going to junk rat you.
It's using back off. Spend a fear to make an attack roll against all targets in melee range. So I roll a d20. That is an... Do I add anything? No, I don't think. Do I add their attack? Yeah. That is a 14.
It's higher than my 11 evasion.
You almost think like these 2 vials, it's not going to do much, and then it hits you, and you are just blasted back off the cart.
Uh-oh.
Can you take? So that'll be 13 points of magic damage.
Oh, that's a major damage for me. I will take 1 and I'll mark an armor slot. That's nearly severe damage for me. Jeez.
Are blasted off the cart about 30 feet back. Lazare, you hear this explosion, and you see him just get shunted back next to you.
You just hear like it climbs up on the cart, and you just hear me be like, "Get a load of this guy!" An explosion.
Get a load of this guy.
As it knocks you back off the cart, you see it grabs the reins, as it almost seems like it's trying to take control of the cart from, like it was getting you off the cart essentially. You're being robbed. But yeah, that's its turn. You just land next to another one. It's like...
Can I...
Absolutely. Go for it.
So I need a ruling, because my weapon is the returning blade. So I can throw it within close distance, and it returns back to me.
Yeah.
Once after the attack, basically.
Yeah.
As an Emberkin, I also have the feature... Oh, it doesn't have a name. Never mind.
The feature with no name.
The nameless feature. I can mark a stress to wreath my primary weapon in flame until the end of the scene. While ablaze, it gives off a bright light and grants a 1d6 bonus to damage rolls against targets within melee range. However, if I'm throwing the blade, when it's on fire, will that count?
Get into the System Hoppers podcast for rule lawyering.
I think the idea of the ability is you're supposed to use it in melee range, just because it's. I'll say you can do it for a D4. I'm trying to. It's only an extra D4. It's not. It's only a
I'll
one
do
shot.
it for a D4 then.
Would you do it for a D4? I'd do it for a D4.
Go into melee with it, and you can have your D6.
What would you do for a D4?
But yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm going to yeet. I'm gonna mark a stress. I am going to set my sword alight, and I'm gonna throw that motherfucker
At the.
the one on the cart, the one trying to steal the cart.
Cool.
You have
Yeah.
advantage.
There you do.
I
So you
have
get to roll.
advantage.
So you roll your 2d12, and then you get a D6 on top of that.
Okay. Okay, so that is a 8 on the hope and 5 on the fear for a 13 overall, plus 2 for my finesse is a 15.
What's your D6?
It already hits without the D6.
And a 6!
Oh, baby!
So that is 21 with hope.
Yeah, gain hope.
Yeah.
And then that deals all the damage.
That is 1d6 plus the weapon is 1d8. But I also have
Is it your first strike?
first strike. The first time in a scene you succeed on an attack roll, double the damage of the attack.
Yes.
Oh, baby!
So 20 points of damage.
Yeah, that is severe damage for it, I believe. Since it takes 3 hit points.
Good.
God damn.
It's almost like cheering upon blasting Radan back as this like twirling flaming blade just embeds itself in its like upper torso as it kind of falls back like it's like clutching at itself. It's just about standing, but it looks very hurt. Was that with hope?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to spend a fear. Yeah, as it does that, it almost barks an order at you as one of these ambushers scurries up to you and is going to take a stab at you.
Well, that's rude.
You just throw a flaming sword at it.
And
That is. Oh, that's probably not going to hit. That is a 6 on dice to hit against your evasion.
that's well, my evasion's 12. Can I flavor that the sword returns to my hand as it throws the knife at me? So as the flaming sword then parries the
Yeah, it just deflects it. Yeah, it's just as it goes to stab you, it was about to hit you, and then the sword just reflects the parries the attack. As Lazare, you now see all this happen in front of you.
I do. I would like to, the one that just hit Titania, I would like to strike that one, if I may.
Yeah, so she doesn't move up to it. What's your weapon?
So I am using a mace, but I've flavoured it that I carry with me a sort of an incense like censer that kind of glows the same green as I do. And it is my divine spirit weapon. So when I'm equipped with a weapon that has a range of melee or very close, it can fly from my hand to attack an adversary within close range, and then it returns to me. I'd like it to be sort of more flavoured, that I have like a very long chain, like a mix of wrapped and then hooked onto like a little loop on my belt. And I unfurl all of that chain and sort of like swing and throw it out at this small thistle folk.
Yeah.
Can I spend a hope? And I'd like to use my experience grave danger as I turn to this thistle folk and just say, return to the soil.
As you just swing this sensor at it, just this chain. Yeah, roll to hit.
So that's a +2 on top of what I roll. It's a strength roll.
Yeah, make the roll.
So it's my duality dice. That's a crit.
Oh,
That's 2 11s.
Oh, baby!
yeah. As you say it, it turns to look at you as you just swing this like huge chain and hit it square in the face. roll your damage, and I believe you roll, is it max damage plus a roll of damage?
Yes, it is. So it's a D8 plus 1, so it would be 8 for the D8, plus 1, 9, and then I roll the damage dice again.
Yeah.
So 9 plus 5 for 14 physical damage on that one.
Yeah, is there any particular way you want to kill this? As I say, you just smash it in the face with this?
This sensor comes over in like a large arc. I kind of like throw it up and over, and then sort of like whip it down and sort of pull the chain taut towards me. So as it sort of like reaches out past this thistle folk, and then as I pull it, the large weighted set part of the end is brought like hurtling towards it through its like chest cavity, so it like breaks like shoulder and clavicle, not clavicle, collarbone.
Yeah, as you hit it, there's this thud and this kind of bone crunch. As you hit it, pull it back, and the thing just almost like your force of you yanking it back almost drags its body like a few feet towards you as it just immediately crumples down to the ground.
Lovely. I would like to mark a stress to target an additional adversary within range with the same attack roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I hold on. I believe the other one is within close range.
There's another one close to you by Radar.
Yeah. I would like to. So I've thrown the sensor out with that one. This other thistle folk that's to my left. As I've thrown all of this sort of like chain loose, I want to use the back end of it and sort of use it like a whip in this same motion to like strike at this other thistle folk. So it's this heavy, thick chain striking this thistle folk.
Okay, Scorpion.
I just really, I had an image in my head. I was like, oh, that would be a sick weapon. Just this like, this like old looking like incense burner thing, and then it's just like, oh no.
And there's almost like a trail of like, as you throw it, of like the smoke like arcing, leaving as you do it. And as you swing it around, do you keep the crit roll then?
From what it says, with the same attack roll. So I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be 9 and then plus 2, so that's 11 on this one.
This one almost has a bit more time to react. Radard, you see it holding this knife as it goes to stab you, and then at the last second it has to kind of step back as this huge sensor kind of just whistles past it, or hits into it and kind of knocks its arm away from stabbing you as you're down prone in front of it. As it kind of moves back, like hurt, but still up.
Raise a thumbs up from the floor.
Oh, I do. Oh, I didn't have any stress. Yeah. Yes, I would have, because... Oh, no. No.
Crit. Yeah.
No, because... So, I used the stress to extend to a second creature, but I got that stress after I got the crit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when you crit, you get turn boost. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Who should we go to? Radar, I guess.
I know what I want to do. Let me just do a little measure here. Where's excellent. So using my
as you've been blown off the cart, I was gonna say you're like about 30 foot from the cart itself.
Using my fawn Caprine leap ability, I can jump to very close from somewhere like it's normal movement. So I will, in like one fluid motion, like sort of kip up and just launch myself forward. I'm then going to mark a stress to invoke my patron's fury, so my whip begins to glow with this like luminous pink energy for a stress. I'm then going to use my whip and just try and hit the guy on the cart directly in the face.
Yeah, you have advantage on him, right?
I do, because he hasn't cleared it. Yep. So, whip. Right, let's give that a little roll. That is... Oh my goodness.
Jesus
That
Christ!
is 12 on hope, 9 on fear, 7 on the advantage, plus 2 for a 30. Just a casual 30 with hope. 30 with hope. 4. Let's just get some damage out here. Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, you really fucking bookended that one, didn't you?
That should be a D6. I hadn't done the ability right.
While that's going on, Lazare, can you roll me an instinct roll?
Can I?
I'm going to say react. Yeah, I'm going to say, can you roll me an instinct reaction?
Yeah, cool.
So reaction roll, yeah, you won't get any hope or fear, but I just want to do that as you. And is that 3 damage on the hit?
6 damage total.
6 damage.
Yeah.
That is minor damage, but that is enough to kill the thief after he's been crit. Any particular way you want to do this, or like?
I will, as he sort of like exploded me off the cart, I will sort of jump forward, sort of imbue my whip with this energy, sort of give it a little twirl, just so I get his eye contact. Like, crack the whip around like his like torso, and just like wrench him off the cart. So like the impact kills him rather than me killing him directly.
Yeah, it's almost like he's looking at the whip and then you just doesn't completely see what you're doing with it. So yeah, as you wrap it around him, you kind of yank on him. He makes eye contact with you as the whip connects, and then you just falls and you just hear a thud as he's yanked off the car.
Like middle finger up as he falls down.
Unceremoniously. As he just hits the ground and just cracks his head.
That was my kill.
It exploded me first.
Lazare, did you roll that reaction?
Yes,
roll?
I did. That is a 16 with fear.
Yeah, I'm going to say, as you see this happening then, with what you rolled there, Radan, you see, as he kind of flourishes this whip with this divine kind of energy and crack at this fistful folk, you sense a weird kinship with Radan that you've not noticed before until just now. Like, not kinship, but like something catches your eye. Yeah. It's like that's odd. But that's what you're getting at now. You roll with hope. I don't care. I'm going to spend a fear.
After my 30 with hope?
Yeah, I want a 10. Like, this is the power of using the hope and fear. I'm going to spend a fear as you see one of the ambusher that was about to stab Radan, the one that you hit with your sensor, Lazare,
yes,
moves up and he's going to try and take a stab at you with this like small, tiny little dagger. That is a 7 to hit.
That misses my 9 evasion.
Oh, that is a 6 on a d20 plus 1 I rolled.
Oh.
I'll say, as it takes a stab at you, you see just the attack just kind of, as it goes to miss, you pull your sensor back and it kind of hits that and just ricochets off that slightly. As Lazare, you're kind of engaged with one of them. There is another one perched next to the cart that hasn't really acted yet, but is also still there.
I'll shout, Lazare on your left, and throw my sword at the one that's about to attack.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Just to clarify, it was only advantage on that one dude that's already dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 8 on hope, 4 on fear for a 12 plus 2 for a 14 with hope.
14 hits.
Oh, hell yeah.
Roll damage.
That is nope. So, I have an ability called Not Good Enough, which means I get to reroll 1s and 2s.
Oh, on your damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah, reroll it.
Roll a 1. It'd be funny as shit.
Yeah, that's better. My
7
sword
plus-
is still on fire, so... And that's a 3, so that is 10.
10
The exact
damage.
same damage as last time, but not doubled this time.
You kind of throw this flaming blade again as it hits this Fistlefolk on the side. You see the fire seems to take a little bit. You know, they're not really used to getting hit by that in a forest. As it hits it kind of croaks back, still holding its knife, but it is still you guys. That was with hope, right?
Yes, it was.
I keep forgetting to ask. I keep forgetting to check. Yeah, it's initiative still on your guys' side.
Steve, do you want to attack the one up in the trees, or do you mind me
You go ahead
scaring
and kill that one.
scaring the daylights out of this one?
Yeah, you go ahead and bully that one. I'll finish what I'm
Can I, seeing that he's tried to hit me and I'm like, he's not ever so much a threat, can I pick him up by the scruff of his shirt to my full height so he's eye level with me? And I would like to I'd like to be like, run, and drop him.
Yeah. Make a strength roll.
Yeah. Can I use an experience? This is not a negotiation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yes. I mean, that's...
A strength roll was that?
Yeah. To grab and then intimidate?
Yeah. Do you say I'm intimidating?
I mean, yeah, right?
Those were the words you used.
And I think this is an adversary.
And he was hostile. He tried to attack me.
He is trying to stab you. Yeah, you get a finger, don't you get?
I have advantage on rolls to intimidate hostile creatures.
Yeah, I think this is a hostile creature you're trying to intimidate.
Lovely.
Is that because of your heritage?
Yes, it is. It's the Infernus. So I took the Dread Visage of Infernus and the Endurance of Giant.
Ah, cool. Yeah, but make the roll.
I've taken the Transformation Demigod, so I get an increase to my advantage die. I believe it's a D10.
Yeah. You get that at the cost of giving me extra fear when you roll when you fail rolls.
Yes. So this on the die so far is a 12, 14 with fear. Let me roll my advantage. That's a 1. So 15 with fear.
Yeah, I get a fear for that. As this thing kind of moves back, it's ready to dodge like an attack. As you reach over and just grab it, and it's extremely light. You know, it's a tiny little. Like you always have to bend down slightly to grab it. As you pick it up and bring it 8 feet off the ground, or like a couple feet off the ground, it like waggles its legs. It's like, and what did you say to it?
I just like hold it still, and like my eyes like widen. I just go run and drop him.
I'm gonna say as soon as you say that, like run, like it kind of, I think reality hits this small ambush like robber, as it just drops the knife, and as you drop it, it just scampers, and I think it just books it. It just like it is running in a straight line, but like it is like veering left then right, like as it just scarpers away.
I just sort of have a little chuckle.
That was with fear, right?
It was with fear, yes.
I'm going to say while that's going on then, yeah, you kind of you hear it kind of scream and laugh. Radon, you glance away for a second. You look back and you see right in front of you is one of these thistle folk that's like scampered up. And as it looks at you, it looks back to you, it looks at you, and then just try and stab you. Like it just like realizes you've seen it. I get to roll a d20. That's better. That's a 14 to hit.
I mean, you've already hit me once with a lower number than that.
That's true, I just forget. That is a dagger's worth of damage. That is 9 points of damage.
God.
Sorry, you're the only one that's been hit so far.
I'm going to take a health and an armor again, which puts me at 1 armor slot left.
I'll say as you try and go to parry, it just like stabs you in the side with this small dagger, tries to twist it, and then you pull it out like
little fucking shit. That was my good kidney, you fuck.
Yeah, your turn. Your guys.
I'm going to turn around and stab the fucker back with a cutlass.
So we stab it back with another knife. Yeah, roll to hit.
Get stabbed.
The idea that one of the party members has like just really bad kidney problems. Too real.
That's a 14 with fear.
That will hit.
Cool, I get to do some damage at least. Give me a damage roll. Okay, so it's 8 damage.
That's major damage for it.
I'm going to mark a stress
Mm-hmm.
and kick. When you succeed on an attack roll against a target within melee range, you are dealing an extra 2d6 damage and knocking back either yourself or the target to very close range.
Ooh.
So let's get 2d6s out there. That's another 6 damage.
Get your d6s out.
Well, that changes things from dealing major damage to dealing severe damage, which is enough to kill it. So, how do you want to do this?
I'm thinking it's on like a slight ridge above me, like it's sort of attacking down at me. I will then like sort of like, as it stabs me, I'll sort of like fall backwards a little bit, like slash wildly with my cutlass across its like torso, and then as I fall backwards, just like do like almost like a drop kick, but do it from like under. So I sort of kick it up as it sort of flies backwards into that tree in that direction, like just
Yeah.
launch it backwards.
I think it being on a ridge, as you kind of slash it, you hit it, and it kind of veers forwards, like leans over, like setting you up. So as you lean back, everyone else you see it kind of kick it as your like hooves make contact with its face. As you hit it, it flies up and does like a little arc, as it just lands like on the back of its like neck and head, like and just immediately stops moving.
I was just sort of lie on the floor, sort of holding the wound to my side, like, fucking little bastards.
There were some tricksy ones, they were.
You get shit like that on the ocean. Vile. I hate this forest.
Can I please go around to the bodies that are lying around and set them on fire?
Are you moving them kind of away from the trees, like?
Yeah, I'll like bundle them
the
like.
dead foliage.
No, I'm gonna set the whole forest ablaze.
only you can prevent forest fires.
Deforestation, baby. No, I'll move them sort of away from the majority of the undergrowth, and I'll sort of pile them up, and I'll stick my sword in them and set fire to them.
Like I said, when you see them, they're like small like toad folk. Their like clothes have these thorny, thick brambles on them. You'd probably even know, like as an assassin, these are like there is they are like small time criminals in like the forests and the woods. Not necessarily all of them, but they have a reputation for just because of some of them acting like this. But yeah, you're able to burn them and collect yourselves.
Radon, are you okay?
No. Been stabbed in the side and the
On-
front and thrown off a car.
I will make my way over towards Radon, and if possible, once per long rest, I'd like to use Sparing Touch. I touch a creature and clear 2 hit points or 2 stress from.
Yeah.
And I'd like to clear 2 hit points from Radon.
Yeah. So as you touch him, this like, is it like, what's it like? Is it like a divine light? Is it more nature? Is it like?
It's the same sort of like green glow that Lazare has. It just kind of like his palms, the one that goes to touch Radon, starts to glow the similar color, and it just kind of goes through you. It's almost like a cool, like summer morning. So it's like it feels warm, but there is like a chill to it. It's like
Yeah. Okay, as you feel this kind of energy just, maybe not necessarily closing the wound on your side, but helping definitely with the pain and kind of making you feel a bit more of that, well, I guess helping with it, but that restoring some of that vitality.
you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
With that, I was going to say, if there's anything anyone wants to do, I assume you kind of clear the carton.
Pocket some free vegetables.
Yeah, take the veg. You see, it's all, like, this looks very recent. It almost looks like they killed this guy. The Strix Wolf showed up, and then you showed up very quickly afterwards. With that, I'll say you kind of managed to gear up, move the cart, and then you continue heading into Hush.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to check out Daggerheart yourself, I'll put a link below in the show notes, where you can get this quick start adventure for free. If you want to check out more and help support the show, you can use our affiliate links to make sure we get a little back and also to help us out. Music and sound effects was from Fesliyan Studios and Pixabay, and additional music from Son of a Die. I'll put a link to their Bandcamp page so you can check them out. If you do want to support the show, please do follow us on our socials. I'll put links down below in the show notes, and we even have a Discord server now where you can talk to the community, see potential updates on what we're playing, and also suggest what we might play next. Join us next time for the continuation of this adventure, as the group arrive in the town of Hush with their mysterious cargo in tow. They'll have to look around and find the Whitefire Arcanist to complete their delivery. But will it be as smooth as that? Find out next time.